Hi everyone, quickly join in. Let's start today's session. So as you said, we are going to start with the odd one outs today. So we are going to see how many types of questions are there in odd one out. I've also brought some kind of pattern in it so that you just understand like the degree and the pattern of this paper, of this question type, and then accordingly you can practice, right? Fine. So who all are there? Hi Bhavna, good afternoon. Hey Karthik. Right. So let's start with this. Let's see what is the first question for us. It says odd one out, word usage. It can be vocabulary, meaning, context, whatever it is. Fine. So we have got proscribe, forbid, condone, and prohibit. Okay. So you need to find the odd one out here. As you can very well see that it is totally based on what? The vocabulary, right? Either way you know them or you don't, right? But one thing, if it is an odd one out, definitely three of them would have some similarity, right? So you need to work out on that similarity and tell me which one is the one which is not similar to anyone. Like if I tell you forbid and prohibit, they are the same thing, right? Which means they cannot be the answer. All you have to do is check with the rest of them, proscribe and condone, and see what does it mean. Okay, Melo has given the answer. Akhil has given the answer. The rest? Karthik says C. Bhavna says C. Fine. So, what is condone? Condone, if I can break it, condone means something con is like together and done together, something like that. So if it is condone, what is it? Am I against the person or am I together? So I'm actually mutual with that person, right? I'm in agreement with that person. I can tolerate what he does. Fine. So in that sense, condone talks about something to do with toleration, while proscribe, forbid and prohibit, they all are the same, which means forbid, to deny something, right? So therefore, the right answer will be C, that is condone. Easy as that? Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Odd one out. I believe this one is easy. Harsh, Payas, Karthik, Bhavna. Okay. Everyone says the answer is C. Let's see. Something which is clear is actually also called as lucid, right? Lucid dreams. Are we lucid? So which means, is it understandable or is it clear to you? And if something is transparent, which means it is clear, I can see power. So that's why A, B and D, they are same. Opaque is the one. So what does it mean, opaque? What does it mean when I say opaque? So opaque is just the opposite, right? Transparent, opaque, they are opposites. So we could have also seen that. Transparent and opaque, they are opposites. Which is any one of them? If I don't know a lucid, I can still do the question because clear is aligning with transparent. I know what my answer is. The answer has to be opaque. Fine. Easy. Cool. Not transparent, solid or can't see inside. Yeah. Can't see through, right? Let's go to the next one. Okay, Pius has given the answer. Akhil has given the answer. Siddhant has given the answer. Palak has given the answer. Sebastian has given the answer. Sebastian, you were not there in the last class, I believe. Siddhant, Rahul, Bhavna. Okay, fine. So many people have given the answer, but the answer this time is revolving around B and C. Let's see how we go about. To mitigate something, to alleviate something, to relieve something. Now the first thing, just think of it. Alleviate something and relieve something. It's almost like freeing that thing from some kind of problem or something like that, which means B and D can definitely not be my answer. Okay. So what does mitigate and exacerbate? So when I mitigate something, what do? I balance it out. I neutralize the thing, which means mitigation and alleviate and relieve, they are the same thing, but exacerbate is different, right? What is exacerbate? Tell me, what is exacerbate? Worsen. Very good, Chetan. Fine. Worsen. Okay. So when I worsen things, which means like if it is exacerbated, so I have already worsened it. The situation is not under control. It was already bad. I have worsened it. Okay. So that is exacerbate. Intensity. Next one. Candid, frank, guileless, duplicitous. Okay. Chetan has given the answer. Animesh, Rahul, Palak, Bhavna. Karthik. C and D are new words to me. Okay, Sebastian. See, even though it is a new word, can you see that part? Duplicate. You have heard of it, right? Duplicate something, duplicity and all that. So, keeping that in mind, if you can check it out and see what can be the answer. So, a candid photo is something which is very frank, right? It is something to do with, like, they are giving you something with honesty, right? They are not faking it, okay? So if they two are similar, I have to just see whether guileless is opposite to it or duplicitous. Now, as Sebastian said that I don't know what is the meaning of guileless, but then again, if you look at this part, duplicit is clearly written out here, which can make us understand that the word is talking about faking something, which means duplicitous is a negative thing, while these two are positive things, and my answer has to be D. Has everyone understood? Right? And of course, see, in this way, you can also learn your vocabulary. As many odd one outs, as many analogy-based questions you do, your vocabulary would get strong. Why? Because in every case, you would be learning something new word. Now that you know guileless, what is guileless? So in this case, which means candid, frank, guileless, they all would mean honesty. And what is duplicitous in that case? Something which is fake, full of fakeness, or we can say something which is dishonest, okay, or we can say deceptive. Right. Everyone has understood? Okay, let's go to the next one. Sebastian, you don't have to thank me. All you have to do is learn the words. That would be the actual gratitude that you would show to me, right? So any point of time, I'm out here to help you learn. But in any case, you have to learn it and you have to use it. When it comes in front of you, you have to remember it. You have to recall it, right? So retention is the most important part. Do it and we are here with you. Yeah. Arey, answer aa gaya? Fine. So I know desert-like, I know barren, right? Easy as that. So I know that fertile is totally opposite to barren and desert-like, right? So my answer has to be B. Arid, which means arid, barren and desert-like. They are same. Easy. So these questions, are these easy to do or not? So in your paper, if you have these questions, I would suggest that yes, they can actually go across, right? Okay, this time round, the odd one out is not based on vocabulary, but it is based on phrasal verbs, which automatically means that out of them, one of them do not mean the same thing. So you need to check and let me know. Chetan, Rahul, Sebastian, Karthik, Palak, Vishal. Oh, okay, fine. So you have given the answer. Okay, break off. Oh, Sumit, don't get emotional out here, bro. Break off, this is some other break off, man. But then again, it is used on the same grounds, you know it, right? So break off, I already know, yeah? What is break off? Right? So break off is when you are, what? You have? So what do? You cancel something, right? Yeah, it's over. Something which is over, something which is cancelled. When I call off, you must have heard of it. Call off the wedding. So what did they do? Did they marry early? No, of course not. They cancelled the wedding. Yeah. Put off. He put off the meeting. So what does it mean? Again, the same thing. Cancel. Take off, on the other hand, what does it mean? When I say take off, so what does it mean? It means two things, right? One is like the plane when it is taking off, which is almost like departing from somewhere, right? We took off to some place, right? And then again, take off also means to rise, to grow, right? So take off is different. Understood? Okay, let's take the next one. Yeah. Look after. Okay, we have got Akhil with D and C. Palak is with C. Okay, more answers. C. So everyone is coming across with C. Let's see. What does bring up mean actually? Can anyone tell me what is bring up? He brought up the issue at the meeting. Fine. Brought up coming across from bring up, right? So I've given you a sentence. Now check it up. Tell me, what would I do? So he brought up the issue, which means he raised the issue. Okay, so when we are raising something up, that is one way, right? Fine, okay. Now look at this part, look after. What does look after mean? It means to nurture someone, to take care of someone, to nurture, to rear, and to nurture. Look after, rear, nurture, all of them mean what? They stand for to look after something, to take care of something, right? So in that case, they are having a different word altogether. Bring up is when you are raising something, maybe an issue or something like that. So A is the answer. Sumit, in that case, bring up can also be like he brought up the issue. I definitely see that issue is not a human being. Never mind, Animesh. We'll keep on practicing. Everything would come and get aligned. Okay? No problemo at all. Shall we move ahead? I hope everyone has understood the question. I know the answer. It was 3-second question. Animesh, ये वाला तो सही होगा भाई. Animesh, this one, I want it correct. Yeah, Animesh was the first one to give the answer. Look at it. Carry on. Carry on means continuing something. Keep at, persist in. So they all are talking about perseverance. They are all talk about something which we go on and we do not stop on it, right? But when I give up, it means it's over, right? So C is the odd one out. Easy? Fine. Animesh, happy? Okay, odd one out again. Turn down, reject, refuse, turn up. I believe you can also do this word. Karthik, Sebastian, Palak, Animesh, Sumit, Guru, Panisher, okay, Bhavna, Madhushri, Meenakshi, Anuj, Yashvi, Ankita. Everyone has come across with answer D. Let's see. Turn down. So when I turn down someone or when I am turned down, which is in the maximum case, I'm getting rejected, I'm getting refused. So A, B, C, they are also on the same turn. Turn up. What does it mean, turn up? Where did you turn up from? Yeah, we say that. So what does it mean? Appear. Okay. So turn up means appear. Okay. So D is the right answer. Okay. Let's go. Make up, fabricate, invent, break down. Sumit has given the answer, Karthik has given the answer, Yashvi, Sebastian, Guru, Anuj, Panisher, Meenakshi, Bhavna, Ankita, Animesh, Palak, Akhil, Sebastian, Madhushri. Wow, क्या बात है. I like it. Okay, let's see. When I make up something, right, what am I doing? I'm changing, right? I'm changing the look. Similarly, I'm fabricating it, means I'm changing the look. I'm inventing it, which means I'm giving it a look, right? So they all mean something to do with manufacture, to fabricate, to make something, right? So they all are somehow aligned. breakdown is my answer, because what does it mean, breakdown? It means to collapse, right? Collapse, right? Easy. So Animesh, 3 questions at the end. Yeah, you could do. अब तो ठीक लग रहा है भाई. Hi Paris, long time man. Where were you? Yes, चलो भाई बढ़िया है. ठीक है, तो अभी किसी से डरना नहीं है. We don't have to be scared of questions. There would be good days, there would be bad days, there would be good questions, there would be bad questions, right? All we have to do is do the curve, okay? So you do on practicing, go on practicing, and definitely you'll get a better deal out of it, okay? Let's start. Let's try the next one. This time round, I've changed it again. This pattern is talking about odd one out in terms of grammar, okay? It can be usage and form. Like, she suggested that he leave early. It is vital that she be informed immediately. If I was you, I would reconsider. He insisted that the report be completed. So we have got 4 sentences out here, out of which one of them would be grammatically erroneous, right? We need to find that one. Tell me. I know, Paris. But then again, NMAT and SNAP in itself is important, because I would tell you one thing, that CAT has a very different pattern, you know what. So it will always be used in a different way. When you would be practicing for CAT, you would only be doing, you know, the CAT type questions. And somehow what really happens is, in that case, you would not be able to practice these kind of questions. So I would suggest go on doing all of them if you are planning for NMAT as well as SNAP. Just by thinking that we can do CAT, we can do SNAP just by doing CAT will not work for us, okay? Right, so many people have given the answer. Let's see how to focus on SNAP and NMAT verbal. Harsh, not much of a problem. All you have to do is practice these questions, you know, the grammar part, the vocabulary and all that. Okay, which one is it? As he singular, verb should be used as plural. Is this right? Shubh, which question are you asking? Anuj says A. Okay, let's see. She suggested that he leave early. Do you remember? Yesterday we did a question. Can you tell me what type of sentence is this? What type of sentence is this? Because it says she suggested that he leave early. We are writing leave with he. How is that possible? Anyone? We did this type of sentence last time. Ordering, nope. It is suggestion though. She suggested. No? See, this is what you understand. Because we did something yesterday, we did never revise, we never went back to the questions, we never analyzed ourselves. So what happens today? It is out of your mind. So out of sight, out of mind अगर किया English को, तो English भी क्या करेगा? आपको out of sight, out of mind कर देगा. ठीक है? And I don't really think you would want that. Okay. This was a suggestion. So anytime we talk about suggestion, desire, wish, what was that? What was that? It was called as subjunctive. And in a subjunctive sentence, what is the verb we use? We use bare infinitive. Yes or no? Right? Remember? So we were talking about bare infinitive. So bare infinitive is the one which does not change. It cannot have S, it cannot have ED, it cannot have ING, it cannot have any other form. It will always be written with simple, the root form, okay, without two. And therefore, A is correct. We cannot touch it. Second says it is vital that she be informed. Again, see, look, it is vital. What is it? It's a necessity. It is essential. Yeah. So when it is essential, what do I say? She be informed. We cannot use any other form. She is informed. Is, I have to change it into its root form. What is the root form of is, am, are, was, were? It is be. So that's why it would be written as be. So B part is also correct. Now the C part, tell me what kind of sentence is this? No? No one? This is conditional. And when we have conditional in past, right, not past perfect, but past, okay, in that case, I can never use was. Was changes to were. Understood? So if it was written were, as in you, so there would have not been a problem. Why? Because with you we use were only, so there is no problem with that. But if I use I, if I use he, she, it, anything of that sort, in your what kind sentence? In your conditional past, the was will change to were, and therefore the error is in C part. C is my correct. He insisted that the report be completed. Again, it is a subjunctive. So there were 3 subjunctive sentences which were correct. Quickly tell me, have you understood or not? Okay. I hope everyone has understood, and therefore your answer is C out here. Let's go to the next one. Odd one out grammar again. This time you do the questions. Which one is wrong and why? You need to tell me the reason as well. Harsh says B. Sumit says B. Kittu says B. Harsh, each singular verb. Okay. Rahul says B. Sumit, each of the student was prepared. Okay, fine. Okay, Paris says B. Joel says A. Okay, what's wrong with A part, Joel? Tell me. Vishal says A. Vishal, tell me what is wrong. Ankita, B. Animesh, B. Were. Paris, singular verb should be used because of each of. Okay. Palak, B. Bhavna, B, because it must take singular. Okay, fine. Let's see. Neither of, none of, each of, everybody is. Fine. So this is more on terms of SVA. What was that? Subject verb agreement, right? So whenever I have neither of, each, any, one, right? Everyone, fine, and I use of with them, then we use a noun or a pronoun, and then we use verb. So in this case, always remember the noun and pronoun, it has to be plural, but the verb has to be singular. Okay. So neither of the answers is plural. This is what was being said. Each of the students is plural. Fine. None of the information. So none I have not written out here, which means none is a different thing altogether, right? Next, now neither of the answers, after that the verb is written as is and were, and out here it was. We'll check it later. In such a case, the verb has to be singular in which neither of the answer is. This part is correct. But when I say each of the students, were has to be written as per each, and each is singular, so were cannot come across, it has to be was. So therefore the error is in B part. When I say none, always remember none plus of plus noun and pronoun. Okay, whenever this thing happens, plus verb. Okay, if this is the kind of thing you get in front of you, always remember the noun or pronoun can be singular or plural. It can be anything. Fine. And the verb will always be as per the noun or pronoun which has been written. Fine. If the noun is singular, the verb would be singular. If the noun is plural, the verb will also be plural. This is how we have to remember. Understood? So keeping that in mind, if I say, see, none of the information. What is information? Information, it appears singular and it is singular, right? So therefore, was is perfect, right? But if I would have said none of the students is present, are present, so your answer would have been, what would it be? Is present, are present. What do I do? No, Sumit, what did I say? The verb out here has to be written as per the noun or the pronoun when we have none out there. Okay. So accordingly, if I say none of the students is are present, your answer will be none of the students are present. Has everyone understood? None of the students is are present. So in this case, because it is students written out here, we'll write are and not is. I hope everyone has understood. Okay. So these are very, fine rules that you must remember, because these are the kind of questions that can trick you. Okay. Coming back, everybody, anybody, okay, someone, they always take singular, so no problem with that. D part is also correct. So the only problem is in B part. Has everyone understood? Let's move on. Okay, fine. Try this out. Sumit has given the answer. Next. Palak says B. Akhil says B. Harsh says B with a question mark. Pallavi says B. Bhavna says B. Sebastian, Joel. Okay, so everyone is saying B. Fine. Let's see. He's senior to me. So always remember, whenever we have got IOR words, and then we have got some other words like elder, prefer, all of them, when they are getting, when you use them to compare, right? So in that comparison, always remember we use to. Okay. So coming back to it, he's senior to me is perfectly correct. She prefers tea than coffee cannot be written. Why? Because this than will be removed by to, because prefer is written out here. Prefer is what? Prefer is a verb which takes to, just like elder and IOR words, right? So B part is definitely wrong. I'm good at mathematics. Okay, good. They are capable of winning. Yeah, this is also right. Fine. I'm good at mathematics is not my kind of sentence. I'm good at English. Okay, fine. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, Joel, if we write instead, so in that case it would be instead of. But why do I write? Because it would not be concise when I write this, right? Okay, Sumit has given the answer. Animesh has given the answer. Anuj, Pallavi, fine. Bhavna, Ankita, Saurabh, okay, Paris, Vishal. Everyone is saying C, but Saurabh is saying D. Saurabh, what do you suggest? Why have you chosen D? And rest of you tell me what is wrong with C. Okay. Okay, Sumit says instead of had, it should be did out here. Is it so? Is it necessary? Because if I write did out here, I also have to change this. I have to write start. No sooner did they start than it rained. Could have been. But if I say no sooner had they started than it rained, can this not work? Which means they had already started when it started raining, right? So which means C part is not wrong. The sentence is actually correct. I could have written it no sooner had they started than it rained. It is correct sentence. Come back again. Let's try this out. If you look at them carefully, scarcely, hardly, no sooner, rarely, they are some kind of, no sooner is an adverb as well as a conjunction kind of a thing, right? The rest of them, they are also acting as some kind of adverb. Why? Because they are giving some kind of, okay, yeah, let's see how it goes about. So, he scarcely knows me. Okay, so this is a basic sentence which is given across. Okay, he scarcely knows me. Easy as that. Now, scarcely is telling me it's a negative thought process which is coming around. A negative adverb, I can say, right? Why? Because it is talking about the verb. Fine, first part. Let's go to the second thing. I can also emphasize on the verb on this part which is called as the scarcely, right? How? Scarcely he knows me. First thing first, just tell me, can I write scarcely outside the sentence or not? Tell me. Can I write this? So remember that yes, this can actually be written. What is the difference between these two sentences? The difference is, he scarcely knows me is a normal general sentence which is coming across. When I say scarcely he knows me, I'm actually putting emphasis on this. And that is why these are also called as emphatic sentence. What are they? They are emphatic sentence. One of the rules of emphatic sentence is when we use negative adverbs or negative appearing conjunctions, right? The sentence has to be written in inverse form. What is inverse form? the helping verb comes first and then the subject. So in this case, the helping verb is missing, right? So this was in present, so that's why, because I already don't have a helping verb, I'll write down scarcely does he. Now because I have already written does, and with do did does, we can only use the which form? The bare infinitive. And that's why does he know me? Scarcely does he know me. This is what the thought process is. Okay, understood? That is why if you see, scarcely had he entered when the bell rang. Hardly had I left when she arrived. No sooner had they started. So this is basically they all are taking the helping verb before. But in the last one, rarely she goes out alone. It is not there. So what would be the right sentence? Rarely does. Why does? Because goes is written, which means it is in present, right? Rarely does she go out alone. Tell me, have you understood this question? Good. Let's go to the next one. Okay, Paris has given the answer. What about the rest? Pallavi has given the answer. Chetan has given the answer. Bhavna has given the answer. Sumitata, Vaibhav. Okay, fine. So many students have given the answer. Let's see. What is it? Committee. Now, what kind of word is committee? Committee is a collective noun. And it can take singular as well as plural, right? But when it says something about decision, it means that the committee, they were together doing the same thing without any disagreement. Therefore, in that case, committee will be taken as singular, and that's why has and its is correct. Understood? Go to the B part. Mathematics is his favorite subject. Mathematics is something which ends with S, but it is generally singular whenever it is used as a subject or a course. Fine. But mathematics can be plural as well. When I use something like the mathematics used in this question are difficult, in that case, mathematics does not mean subject or course. In that case, it means as what? Calculations. Understood? So therefore, mathematics is his favorite subject. In this case, it is a subject. Therefore, the sentence is correct. Politics are a dirty game. Now look at this word politics. Politics, again, similarly with ICS, yes, it is talking about the same thing. So politics are a dirty game. Now I'm calling it as a whole, a complete thing, as a dirty game, right? Therefore, politics out here has to be singular. So therefore, are will become is, and C is my answer. D, news is often depressing. Definitely. It is depressing. The sentence is also correct. Fine. So, understood. Easy. A new thing. Now, this is based on word usage. Okay. Look at that and see if you can come across with the answer. So it is a new pattern. Check it up. How come the answers are coming across in form of questions? Pallavi, you are giving D as your answer, or you're saying D is correct? As in the sentence is correct, it is not the odd one out. Okay, Bhavna says D, Sumit says D, Paris says D. Right, Sumit. What about the rest? Okay, fine. So just think of it. Till date, you would have known that man is basically using something. Man is used for what? Masculine, gender. Right? And in some cases, it is also used as a mankind and things of that sort. Fine? This is what you remember. This is what you recollect. A part says the man in the suit greeted us politely. Which one is it? Masculine gender, right? A part is correct. No problem with it. So, A cannot be my answer. I'll put a tick out here, which means the sentence is correct. B part, the company will man the help desk during weekends. Fine. What does it mean? Man the help desk during weekends, which means they would do what? They would equip something, handle something. Right. Soldiers manned the fort. What is manning the fort? What does it mean? Which means they are handling, again, they are handling the fort, they are controlling the fort, something like that. So, this part, this part. She manned her disappointment. Now, this is something which is problematic. Manned her disappointment. How can you control emotions? Like, of course, you can control your emotions, but manning does not mean to control emotions, right? They can control a situation, they can control something, some person, fine. More or less, it is used to, equip something with something, right? Like when we go across for hunting, we must man ourselves with proper tools, okay? Which means we must have a gun or something like that, right? But it is not being used out here, and therefore this cannot be my answer. D part is the one that has the error. Has everyone understood? Fine. So now we know that man has many meanings, one of which is masculine gender and mankind when it is used as noun, but whenever it is used as verb, its meaning changes. Understood? Fine. In that case, it can be talking about something to handle or to control, right? But it will never be used as controlling one's emotion. Understood? Okay, let's go to the next one. It's getting pretty, goofy now, yeah? This English stuff. जो words आते थे वो भी हिल गए भाई. Okay, Paris has given an answer. Sebastian has given an answer. Sumit has given an answer. Ashutosh, Joel, Vishal, Pallavi. Okay, fine. So everyone says D. Why is that? Why do you think so it is D? Let's see. So out here it says, she gave him a beautiful present on his... we shifted up. I'm so sorry. The prisoner was bound with ropes. So this bound is coming across. It is actually the third form of bind, as in someone who has been tied up. So bound with ropes is correct. He's bound for New York tonight. So which means he's going towards. So bound also means someone who is who has gone across for a destination. So he's destined to be there. Success is bound to follow hard work. Of course, again, bound to, necessary, right? She bound her opinions during the debate. She tied up her opinions. She was going towards her opinions. Nope, not working. So D part is wrong. Fine. She bound her opinions. This is almost like she restricted her opinions, right? She's not telling what was there. So in this case, it would have been she kept to herself, right? Something like that, right? So D part, bound, is not working out here. Understood? Let's go to the next one. Guys, how do you like the questions? Just let me know, Brian. Oh, we changed the question, was it? Sorry. Is it nice now? Is it good? Fine. Present का क्या बताया था भाई? So you gave the answer D for present. Okay. Right. Let me see. We actually rushed to this question, right? There was one question we ate away. Okay, let's see. She gave him a beautiful present. Definitely correct. Over 500 people were present. Definitely correct. The report will present evidence. Definitely correct. He present himself poorly during the interview. He present himself is definitely correct. It can actually be used like I present myself or something like that. But problem out here is some kind of tense error is there. Fine. Either way, I would say like every time this happens, so I would write he presents himself poorly during the interviews. In that case, we would have written. Or we can also say he presented himself. So I would have written presented himself poorly during the interview, and therefore D is the right answer. Understood? Cool. Okay, coming back to my questions. The questions are good enough, or you want me to make them more difficult or something like that? You need more difficult questions? Okay, fine. Right. But do you know something, Chetan? What really happens is when we do more difficult questions, somehow it goes beyond the pattern. And when something goes beyond the pattern, extremes of anything is not good. But still, now that you have said, yeah, Meenakshi, definitely it is going to help you for CMAT as well. Okay. So always remember, go for a balanced diet. Don't go for extremes, right? If you have more of extremes, you'll have triglycerides and other stuff. You might get uric acid. And in that case, what is going to happen is, आता हुआ चीज़ भी खराब हो जाता है, right? Why? Because in that case, many a time, because entrance is also about a psychology game, right? So it will be a big problem for you. Okay? Fine. Okay then, guys. But Yes, now that you have asked me for a difficult level, I'll definitely provide you with one in the next class. I promise you, I shappat that I'm going to get you some difficult question. Let's do a difficult RC. Right? Okay. Take care, guys. Bye bye. Yeah, Paris will do that. Thank you. Thank you. It's always a pleasure. No, Paris, I'm an Indian. Yeah, I like that. I like this punchline. I'm going to use it in my book. Yeah, Bhavna, they are all NMAT and SNAP level. No problem in that. Okay, guys, take care. Bye bye.